Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you a simple method on how you can make a simple playsuit such as what you can see on my body right now. I've made different types in the past, and guys, I've made money making it for people because it's very easy to make and you don't even require any special skill to make it. No lining, nothing. So stick with me, let me show you my techniques of making this. So guys, I'm making use of 2 yards of this pattern fabric. So the first thing to begin with, I'm going to begin with the length of my playsuit. So for this particular one right now, I'll be needing 46 inches of length, but right now I'm measuring 41 inches. So from the edge here, I'm going to be marking 2.5 inches. So at this point, I want to determine where my crotch length is going to be. And it's good to note that this playsuit does not have a half cut. So the crotch line is going to run from the neck. If you can see this extra 5 that is outside of the line that I drew, it is for the strap that I'm going to be attaching at the end of this playsuit. So that is what I'm leaving out. The strap is not connected to the playsuit, so it's going to be an external cutout. So I'm determining my half cut at this point, and this is a crotch line. This is the half cut, and this is the crotch line. So on the crotch line also, I went out by 2.5 inches, just like I marked at the beginning of the line. This is a half cut, and this is a crotch line. So from this line, I'm going to be marking my shoulder width, 8.5 here. Just follow me carefully, and then I'm extending the 5 inches upward. This 5 inches again is for the strap I'm going to be attaching to the shoulder later on in this video. So I'm just going to connect it. So plus that 5 inches and 3 inches inside my measurement, I have 8 inches as the armhole depth. Then under this point now, I'm going to be taking my bust measurement. I don't want it to be fitted for me, but if you want yours to be fitted at this point, mark your exact bust measurement. But I'm adding extra 2 inches to my bust measurement so that it is free for me. And then on the half cut, I'm also going to be taking my half cut measurement or my waist measurement. Usually I use my waist measurement on this point. So mark your waist measurement here. And again, I added extra 2 inches to my waist measurement. So I'm going to be connecting all the points together this way. Then I'm going to extend my hand outward. So I'll go up by 3 inches. And then I'll just curve the crotch line this way. So I'm not going to be making any changes to this part. I'm just going to cut it straight down. So it's very important that I'm taking my tape 5 inches away from the line that I'm making use of right now. So since my strap is going to be attached externally, this 5 inches has to be outside of the lines that we're making use of currently. So I'm just going to cut it out. So I'm still trying to confirm my measurements. This is my half cut 16.5. This is the crotch line 32 for my crotch line. For the neck depth, I came down by 6.5, and then the neck width, I'm making use of 4 inches for the neck width. So I'm making use of 3 inches for the shoulders. Between 2 and 3 inches what I'm making use of. That is after taking out the neck and taking out the armhole, I'm left with 2 inches. Between 2 inches and 3 inches. So I'm going to cut this one and also cut the sides as well. I'm cutting out the crotch as well, crotch length, cutting it out. So this is what the front part of our playsuit looks like. You can see that the neck looks like it's a shallow neck. Don't worry, you're going to really get to see how the neck turns out later. So this is the crotch length, this is the sides. So I'm going to be placing this to cut out the back pattern as well. So I'm going to be laying what we just cut out, which is the front part of this playsuit. I'm going to be laying it on the back this way. So I would always advise that you take your time to cut out your front piece, because it determines how well your playsuit or your jumpsuit is going to turn out at the end of the day when you're done making your style. So I'm going to add 2-inch allowance to the leg part of the back piece. Then for the crotch line, I am going to be adding 1 inch extra. That's going to serve as the zip allowance, because I'm going to be attaching a zip to the back piece of our dress or to the playsuit. So this cloth is really very patterned, so my chalk is not visible. But I made a video where I made use of a pattern paper and I made a free jumpsuit, more like a boho. So you can try and just check that out. So I'm going to deepen the back neck by 1 inch. So after cutting our main pieces, the next thing to do is to head over to your sewing machine and just close this crotch line running from the neck down to the crotch length. This is for the front piece. I'll do the same for the back piece, but the only difference between the front and the back is that the back has a zip. So I'm going to be determining how long my zipper is going to be on the back. So for me, I'm going to be using 16 inches for the zipper length for the back part. So on this 16 inches, I'm going to close it down to the crotch length this way. So I'll show you what it looks like. This is what it is. I've closed the back and the front. This is the front. The line runs from the neck down to the crotch line this way. This is the back. You can see the zip allowance that I left. This opening is for the zip allowance, so it is left open, and then I also closed the later part of it down to the crotch length as well. So what we are going to be doing next, I'm going to be laying the front piece on the back piece, and then we're going to be closing the sides, the both sides. We're going to be closing the both sides for the front and for the back. So we don't have a business closing the shoulders. We're only going to be closing the sides. And this is what I mean by closing the sides. So I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and close this part running from the armhole to the overall length of our playsuit. I'm going to do it for this first side, and then I'm going to do it for the second part as well. Close the both sides. After that, I'm also going to be closing the leg part of it as well. Then it's going to begin from this edge down to this other edge. So I'm going to be showing you in a minute what it looks like. So this is what it is. I've closed the two sides together. So for the neck, I cut out this little piece that I'm going to be using to dress up the neck. So at this point, you can also use a bias. It is optional. It is totally up to you. Whatever is convenient for you at this point, go ahead and just make use of it. But as for me, I'm making use of the fabric that I'm working with. It does it better for me. I'll use it for the neck and also use it for the armhole. So I had made the straps that I'm going to be using for the shoulders. I neatly done them and ironed them. So I'm going to be attaching them to the little part of the shoulders, and I'm going to just stitch on them just to hold them in place, and do the same for the back as well. So I'm going to show us in a moment what it looks like after attaching them to our playsuit. So this is what it looks like. You can see the straps, you can see the neck. I've dressed the neck. So the next thing to do at this point is to attach your zipper to your playsuit. For this particular playsuit, mine, I decided to make it a little bigger than my usual size. I'm just going to attach the zipper, then head over to fold the edge of the playsuit. So this is what the strap looks like. This is what the armhole looks like when it's connected to it. So I went ahead to just knot it. So this is what it looks like. I've attached my zipper. You can see that it's looking bigger than my normal size. You can see the leg, they've been neatly dressed. I've sewn and ironed them, the both legs, so everything is almost ready. So I turned it to the wrong side. So this is for you if you don't want it to be big and you've already cut them as big sizes. You can just go ahead and just trim it out a little, just hold it a little at this point and you just trim it away. Guys, let me know what you think after trying out this style in the comments below. I'm looking forward to your likes, your comments, and if you're new to my channel, please, I would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. Turn on the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a video, because I'm always uploading. And if you're looking for a video that explains how you can make a longer length of this play suit, more like a boho, I have a video up on the channel that describes it from the pattern drafting up until the finished art of the style. So I'll be leaving a link to that effect at the top right side of the screen, so do well to check it out. Thank you guys for watching and thank you for always coming by my channel. I love you guys. See you in my next video. Bye.